Hello everyone, Thempire Ian here with more new cards. We have a ton of new cards of varying quality and sources because of a new premium pack. I mean, they're all from Manga, but they're all from different manga. It's all premium pack stuff. First up, we have some stuff from Yu-Gi-Oh! Was it R? I think is what it's called. The weird like offshoot manga that features a archetype that I thought they were never going to print. Now, to be fair, they aren't printing the part of the archetype that I think makes it unprintable, so maybe that's why they feel okay doing this. But yeah, the elf archetype. I was actually making a top 10 list before I decided I don't... The top 10 lists don't get any views anymore. And there's only been two that have ever gotten views, which is the top 10 trans girls and the top 10 Yuri. And like nothing else I have tried to do with that series has worked, so I'm just gonna drop it. But one of the ones I was writing before I decided to drop it was like a top 10 least adaptable archetypes, and this was going to be one of them because they have like a lot of the elf archetype has a lot of cards that search elves, like elf cards that have the word elf in them. And you know what? A lot of cards have the word elf in them, including the entire Melfi archetype. So, and you know what doesn't have the word elf in it? Celtic Guardian, who is supposed to be searchable by it. So you'd have to do something weird with that. But anyways, like I said, none of these have anything to do with that, actually. They do other things instead. First up, we have Learning Elf, who is very cute. A level 3 light spellcaster effect monster, 1400, 1500. Click use the first and second discarding one for turn. If this card is normal special summon, you can set one trap from your deck that has an effect to equip itself to a monster, which, that's actually kind of cool. That can get a lot of stuff, including, obviously, the card we're about to look at here in a second, but also Max Metalmorph. So here's like a normal summon for Metalmorph. I think everything else that they had was like a special summon, right? And so here's a normal summon for them. Kind of interesting. Not that Metalmorph is usually a solo deck, but you know, in a world without Dragon Link, like Genesis format, this could be something interesting. If this card is sent from the field to the graveyard, you could draw one card. That is also quite interesting. Just sent. So this is used as synchro material or link material if you're using it in main format, or fusion material, I guess. You get to draw a card, or if it's destroyed by battle or something. There's any number of ways you can get this draw off. As long as you don't use it for Ixie's material, you can get a draw, which is not bad. Buso Tensei, Armament Reincarnation. Normal spell card, special summons Armament Reincarnation tokens, or light level 1, 500, 500, up to number of equipped spells and traps with effects that equip themselves to a monster in your graveyard, then destroy that many cards until trap zone as possible, including this card, then set as many equipped spells and traps with that effect, an effect to equip themselves to a monster as possible from your graveyard. Also, you can special directions to turn. These traps can be activated this turn. What the fuck is this card? So, up to the number of equipped spells and traps, you special summon that many tokens, then you destroy all the spell traps in your spell traps, any cards in your spell trap zone, including this card, which is just a way to get this card into the graveyard and clear out any stuff that's in the way. And then you just get a bunch of equipped spells and traps. Like, honestly, I think you might be able to do something funny with this in Genesis format, like with Buso Tensei and Learning Elf. And you know what? If you can't do something funny with it in Genesis format, you might be able to do something funny with it in Domain format. I just played my first Domain game this weekend for the charity event, Domain for a Difference. Had a blast. Played a really cool trap monster deck. It was like Paleo, Argo Stars, and Odeon in one deck. It was really cool. And I won my first Domain game, so I have a 100% win streak currently. So now I'm thinking about that format a little bit, and this could be really interesting there, I think. Mirror Barrier, a normal trap card. You can only use the second effect of this card once per turn. Target a face-up monster you control. Equip this card to it as a equipped card with this effect. Once per battle step, if this equipped monster battles opponent's monster, you can destroy the opponent's monster. If this card is destroyed, you can add reincarnation from your deck to your hand. If this card is destroyed, I wonder if there's a way you can destroy it easier. She is so cute, though. Like, you don't see it here because of the big book, but apparently that's a crop top. Hell yeah, that's awesome. Also, those glasses are really cute. Okay, these are really cool. They are not... Ooh, I hesitate to say they're not good, because, like, they just have a lot they do a lot. I just don't know if they have a home. That's the problem. These are really good cards if they have the right home. And I don't know if they have the right home. So that's going to be the problem. Next up, it's GX time, baby. We're moving on from Yu-Gi-Oh! To GX. We got a new Masked Hero main deck guy. Haven't had one of these in a little bit. Just had like a couple of these earlier, and then now we have our first second wave, I guess. Level 4, 1,000, 1,400, Water Warrior. Masked Hero Fountain. Very funny. You can only use the second and first of this card's name each one per turn. You can reveal this card from your hand, special summon a hero monster from your hand in defense position, which can obviously include itself. If this card is sent to the graveyard to activate a card effect or by card effect, you can set one mass change from your deck or graveyard. This card is deceptively good. It does not seem like it's that crazy. This card is really good in Hero. And not only is it good in Hero, it doesn't require another brick that you aren't already playing. Like, this card could actually do something to fix Hero. It's not a flashy end board piece. It's not a crazy one of you shove in the deck. It is just a good extender, and it's probably a 3 of, honestly. But it is also just a hero. But that makes it something that you can use as like material or fusion of material. And if you use it as fusion material, then it's being sent to the graveyard by card effect. You know? We have a new Venom card, I assume. Does this have anything to do with Venom at all? It's another Viper card, some like one of the things that one fucker plays, that plays the Venom shit at the very least. Poisonous Viper, Earth Reptile, level 1, 100, 200. You can only use the start effect of this card name once per turn. Reveal this card in your hand, special summon it, or if your opponent controls no monsters, special summon it to their field in defense position instead. I was about to say, oh, this card's pretty good, and then it's like, no, actually, it's only good going second. Once per turn during your standby phase, you take 500 damage. Okay. If this card is sent to the graveyard by a card effect or banish, you can target one opponent's set spell trap, destroy it. Cannot be activated in response to this card effect's activation. So the idea here is you're summoning it to your opponent's side of the field. You're making them take 500 damage. Like if you're going first, rather, you're summoning it to your opponent's side of the field. You're making them take 500 damage. And then when they use it as a material for something to get it off the field, you can target a spell trap and destroy it. If they even have one established at that point, not a good card. But this card would have gone crazy in Kashtira format. If Kashtira ever comes back, you know what to do. Fallen Angel in Darkness. This card is always treated as a Dark Lord card. I didn't realize Dark Lord was GX. There's people playing them in GX. Maybe it just is a Dark Lord card because it just happens to have the same name. You only activate one card with this card name per turn. Send a fairy monster from your hand or field to the graveyard. Special summon a Dark Lord monster from your... No, it's specifically a Dark Lord. Who plays Dark Lord? Is it? I guess it's maybe someone from the manga. I was about to say, who plays Dark Lord? It must be someone from the manga. Send a fairy monster from your hand or face-up field to the graveyard. Special summon a Dark Lord monster from your hand, deck, or banishment, ignoring its summoning conditions. If this wasn't a trap card, this would be a really good card. But because it is a trap card, it's not. And the Dark Lords, can they copy the effects of trap cards, or can they only copy the effects of spell cards? I don't remember. Like the one that copies. I guess there's a way to find out. Dark Lord. Oh, now I have to figure out which one is the one that copies. Spell trap in the graveyard. Apply that target's effect. Okay, that's interesting. In that case, maybe there is something you can do with this. I don't know. I'm curious what people will do with this. I'm interested to see. All right. We got 5Ds now. We're going through the ages. 5Ds is next. Junk Armor, new junk card. Maybe this will make the new junk support work. Junk Armor, Earth Warrior, level 2, so it's part of the level 2 suite. 600, 1200. You can use first and third effects of this card's name once per turn. If this card is added to your hand except by drawing it, you can special summon it. It's a Poplar! Your opponent cannot target single monsters you control with Warrior or Stardust in the original names with card effects. Awesome. You tribute this card, special summon a junk or synchron monster from your deck in defense position except for Junk Armor. So this can be any junk or synchron monster, which is actually kind of cool. I wonder if that makes it playable at all. I don't know. I'd have to look at the combos more. Junk Meister. That certainly looks like a Meister, I guess. Level 4, 100, 2300, Earth Warrior. You can use the first, second, and third effects of this card name once per turn. Reveal a Warrior or Stardust Synchro monster in your extra deck. Special summon this card from your hand. Can't special summon an extra deck for the rest of the turn except for Synchro monsters. Okay, so this one has the other type of summon effect. Just a good extender. This card's normal special. You can add a junk card from your deck to your hand except for Junk Meister. You can target a junk monster you control to increase its level by 2, up to 2. This card seems crazy. It's a free special summon that locks you into Synchro monsters, but you want to be in Synchro monsters anyways for these kind of decks. And then you get to just add a junk card. Like, there's a lot of good targets for that. These two cards by themselves seem better than the entire new wave of Yusei support that just came out. That's crazy. What the fuck? All right, overtuning, normal spell. You can only activate one card with this card name per turn. Cool. If you control a tuner, special summon a tuner from your hand, deck, or graveyard. Also, you can special summon an extra deck for the rest of the turn after this card resolves, except for Synchro monsters. Okay, so this card is... It's Hulk, kinda? It's not extra deck. If it was from the extra deck, then it would be insane. Because it's just a thing you have to draw, it's not as insane. There is no level restriction on that effect, though. So you can get lots of crazy stuff. But most of the high-level tuners don't actually do anything, unfortunately. As we've learned through Killer Tune, which is the deck that could most easily use this card. Like, obviously, it's like for Jack Atlas because he uses the double tuning stuff. I don't think Jack Atlas needs this card, but also I don't know that Killer Tune needs this card. But I feel like Jack Atlas, the burning Red Dragon Archfiend deck, like really doesn't need this card. They got to make room for the Mitsurugi cards. That's a whole 6 cards. It might. How are you gonna fit 6 cards in there? Whoa! No, I think this card could be really good in Killer Tune and potentially in Red Dragon Archfiend, because there are still like a lot of good targets for this. But the fact that it's unsearchable, and the fact that it's just like a 3-of you have to draw into, it always muddies the water on playability for these kinds of cards. But this one is so powerful that I think it has a possibility of being played, especially in Killer Tune, because the entire deck is tuners. Like, literally any tuner plus this card gets you into another tuner, at least, right? So that's my take there. And then we have Champion's Pulse. Weird. I haven't seen enough 5Ds for this to make sense to me. Normal trap card. You can only activate one card with this card name per turn. Activate one of these effects. During your opponent's battle phase, they gain 1,000 life points, then you end the battle phase. Funny. When your opponent activates a monster effect, if they control more cards than you do, especially when they Red Dragon Archfiend or Hot Red Dragon Archfiend from your extra deck or graveyard, if you do negate that effect, and if you destroy that monster. Wow. And it mentions Red Dragon Archfiend, which makes it searchable with the new cards, especially. do they play this? Like, probably, right? Because this makes for some really good layered interruption. They already have red zone, though. But this also gets you another, like, more red dragon archfiends on the field, too. I don't know. Does this see play in the deck? I'm not sure. It is just like another one of you shove in there and then like can possibly brick on, right? That could be a problem. But that second effect seems pretty nice. Next up, Zexal. Gagaga Illusion. Normal spell. You can only use the second and first effect. This is like the Gagaga Magician version of the what is the DM one called? Magician's Illusion or something like that. And I shouldn't bother looking it up. You only use the first second discarding one's turn. If you control a Gagaga monster, retarget a monster in your graveyard, special summon it. You can make its level rank become equal to the level rank of one Gagaga monster you control. Cute. If it's discarded in the graveyard except the turn it was sent there, you can banish it immediately after it resolves. Normal summon a Gagaga monster. Funny. This is crazy because like there's a ton of the new Gagaga cards are really, really good. They're seeing play in main format, and they're also seeing a ton of play in Genesis format where they are very powerful. And so any of these cards are suspect to play. This one, potentially, it is like a monster reborn for Gagagas, and then also adjust its rank and level rank, right? That actually makes sense. And then also, there's no restriction on this, so it also immediately gives you another normal summon, which is pretty nice. Gagaga Escape, a counter trap, another counter trap for the deck. But the question is, will this one be better than the Ixies one that they normally search with the Gagaga Magician Girl? Gagaga. Go use the first second effect discarding one per turn. If your opponent activates a monster effect, you control a Gagaga monster. Negate the activation. If you do, just discard a card. Then you can discard one card, and if you do, special summon the Gagaga monster from your deck. Wow. You can manage this card from your graveyard, change as many Gagaga monsters you control as possible to defense position. If you do, Gagaga monster you can control cannot be destroyed by battle or card effects this turn. Okay, maybe it is better than the other one. Holy shit, dude. This is doing so much. What the fuck? And then we have Endless Bond, a continuous spell. Always treated as an Ixies card, so it's searchable off of Gagaga Girl. Magician Girl. You can only activate one card with this card's name per turn. When this card resolves, you can special summon a number 39 Utopia from your graveyard, and if you do, it gains attack equal to the total attack of all light utopic Ixies monster in your graveyard. Cute. When you're attacking Utopia or Utopic Ixies monster whose original attribute is light, destroys an opponent's monster by battle, make that a monster you control lose 1,000 attack. If you do, it can make another attack in a row. Cute. I don't think this is particularly good. This part is funny, but like, it's only gonna. I think this is only gonna see play in domain format, where it's gonna be a funny one of that can win you the game occasionally. The other two, I think, are suspect for play, and I'm excited about that. Next up, let's go on to Arc V. We got Predap and Fusion support, just generic Fusion support. Cool, I like that. Thorn Fangs of Violet Poison. That's a really baller-ass name. Normal spell cards, always treated as a Predap card. Target one Starving Venom Fusion Dragon you control. Destroy as many monsters your opponent controls at lower attack as possible. Then you can discard your entire hand, and if you do, inflict damage to your opponent equal to the destroyed monster's total original attack, and the targeted monster cannot attack this turn. Oh, hold up. What does that do? Okay, Starving Venom Fusion Dragon. So it's very specific. You have to have Starving Venom Fusion Dragon on your field. Destroy as many monsters your opponent controls with lower attack than that as possible. Then discard your entire hand, and if you do, inflict your damage to your opponent equal to the destroyed monster's total original attack. Also, the targeted monster cannot attack this turn. Okay. This is an FTK card. So this is an FTK card that you use to FTK and for no other reason. It doesn't do anything else except for do an FTK. That's really annoying. That's really annoying. Get ready to see this in a YouTube combo. That's all I gotta say. Penetration Fusion. You can't call it that. You can't call it that. Don't call it that. You can't call it penetration fusion. I hope Joseph is ready to sign a whole bunch of this card. Like, every Yugioh should be prepared to sign penetration fusion, I think. Quick play spell card. You can only activate one card with this card name per turn. If a monster was destroyed, battle this turn, diffusion summon a fusion monster from your extra deck using monsters in your hand or field, and if you do this, gains this effect. Quick effect, tribute this card and target a face-up monster you control, it gains 500 attack. Why? Why this effect? Oh no, I figured it out. Okay, so the idea is you have 3 monsters, let's say. One monster attacks a monster, and it destroys it by battle. You activate this card. You fusion summon a fusion monster from your extra deck using monsters from your hand or field. You use stuff from your hand, you make another monster. Alright, you have 2 monsters on field. It doesn't you use monsters from field or hand. Either way, you get a 3rd monster on the field. The 3rd monster is able to attack. Then you contribute that card and target the face-up monster you control that hasn't attacked yet and give it an additional 500 attack. It's an OTK tool. So first up, we had a FTK tool. Now we have an OTK tool. Annoying. I don't know that this one's good. This one is good because it's a searchable FTK tool. The fact that it is searchable by Predup, and Predup has some good searchers. It's the fusion that searches. I think it can search its spell trap. I think so. So I feel like this is going to end up in some YouTube combos where you do something with this. This one is searchable off of searches that search for fusion, but it's not searchable in a lot of archetypes, right? So you're going to have to use something that can search a fusion card to get to it, which would be the Predaplant cards. But the Predaplant cards aren't seeing any play right now. Like, this isn't going to be a difference maker for them. I'm curious, like, what OTKs you can do with this. I just don't know if that's... OTK is just not as good as FTK. Surprise Fusion, a normal spell card. Okay, if it's called Surprise Fusion, it should probably be a quick play spell, right? Am I crazy on that? Normal spell card. You only use the second effect of this card name each turn. Target a face-up monster you control and declare 1 type and 1 attribute. That monster becomes a declared type and attribute, then you can fusion summon 1 fusion monster from your extra deck using monsters you control, including the targeted monster. Okay. Only monsters you control, not monsters in the hand. You can banish this card from your graveyard, tribute a fusion monster, and if you do, special summon 2 surprise tokens with the same level. This card is nothing. This is just adapting a manga card that doesn't need to exist in the actual game. We're just like getting done with a fucking manga card. That's all this is. This one's nothing. All right. And finally, we're moving past Arc V, obviously, to Vrains, right? No, fuck you. We're going to the Sky Striker manga. Let's fucking go! They haven't forgotten the Sky Striker manga, baby. It's still alive, even though the anime is in a completely different continuity, and the Master Duel thing is in a completely different the Master Duel anime is in a completely different continuity from the anime and also the manga. We have 4, if you count the cards themselves, different continuities for Sky Strikers, but they still haven't forgotten the manga, the best of them, which is the one that's actually a story instead of nothing. So we have Sky Striker Mecha Adhill Saber. This is Aileron when they put their body, they put their mind rather. Aileron puts their mind into a war machine so that they can help Rei fight the evil clones of Rose, who was already a clone. Rose was already a clone, and then they made evil clones of her. But they're only evil because they're treated differently. They're not treated well, and one of them becomes not evil or something like that. It's been a little bit since I read it. I need to go back and read it again to remember some of this stuff, because I have what we like to call in the biz undiagnosed mental issues. Level 7 Wind Machine effect monster, 1500, 1500. Can use the first stick of this card on its return. During the battle phase, quick effect, you can discard this card and target a Sky Striker monster on the field. It gains 1500 attack until the end of this turn. Oh, that's kind of cute. We've given Sky Striker a honest, and like Sky Striker already is able to summon up a lot of damage out of nowhere. This gives them even more ability to do this. I really like that. If a monster special with this card in the graveyard, target a Sky Striker Link monster you control, equip this card to it as an equip spell that gives it 1500 attack. Even more so. And as I said, this is like the form that Aileron takes. Like I think if I remember correctly, Aileron is like dead. Like they kill him and he uploads his he gets his consciousness put into a mech or something like that. Like he gets gravely injured. He puts his consciousness into a war mech and then uses that to help Ray. So this is literally just like this Aileron helps Ray overcome bigger obstacles, right? By adding that 1500 attack. Both, and like it does it twice. I mean, actually it does it like as many times as you want to. As long as it's once per turn on each of those effects, but like that's twice per turn theoretically. This card seems good. Like it's searchable off of Engage because it's a Sky Striker mecha. Like this seems quite good to me. I think it's pretty helpful to Sky Striker. It's not like crazy good for Sky Striker, but it's not a difference maker. But the new cards that Sky Striker is already getting from the them finally being brought over stateside are already going to be giving Sky Striker a huge boost. Just a little bit more from this, and like I don't know, maybe we'll see some Sky Striker representation in Top Cut, right? At the very least, you don't have to worry about it being good in Genesis format, because without the links, it's a pretty interesting deck without links or extra monster zones. Okay, funny Genesis deck idea. A deck that is like all Sky Striker spell traps and runic spells. It's just like you're only playing like cards, like spell cards that don't work because there's no extra monster zone, don't work properly because there's no extra monster zone, but they have all have like utility. And like it's all that and like battle faders, like not battle faders specifically because that gets on your field. You don't want any cards in your main monster zones, so it's like the other battle faders, like the what is it, Swift Scarecrow. It's stuff like Swift Scarecrow and shit like that. And then like Lava Golem to do like to you're fading out the battle with but you're also Lava Goleming them, so they take 1,000 each turn, and you're using like utility spell traps. Funny Genesis deck idea. Go forth, have fun with it. But yeah, I like this card quite a bit, and I like that they're acknowledging the manga exists again. And they're acknowledging a lot of manga exists, huh? We got the elves in there. They seem like, again, the elves cards seem good, but they need a good home, and I'm not sure they have that yet. In Domain, though, they could probably do some funny stuff. This hero card is really good. This Viper card, I don't understand the purpose of it. It is just like a better Mushroom Man #2 for whenever Kashtira or something like Kashtira. If those Elven notes ever get good, put this in their center monster zone, right? And then Fallen Angel in Darkness could theoretically be good. I just don't know Dark Lords well enough to tell you if it is or not. Once again, the junk cards actually are really nice. This would have been really crazy for the junk player in the Domain duel where Pegasus made an appearance. I helped get Pegasus on the air, and that was a blast. Pegasus was so good, and I think the players did a really good job of dealing with Pegasus's madness. Overtuning is a really cool Killer Tune card. Champion's Pulse, I'm not sure. Might actually see some play in the RDA, but I'm not sure. The new Gaga cards are pretty interesting. The new Ixies card, I don't think so. It just seems kind of bad. FTK card, boo. OTK card, bad card. Just terrible card. And then, of course, like I said, I love this guy. I love that they're doing manga, the more the manga, Sky Striker manga. All right, that's all my thoughts from these ones. Let me know what you think of all these down below, and I'll see ya in the next one. Bye-bye! Hey there, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. I've got a lot more for you if you want them. Just hit that subscribe button and ring the bell to get notifications. I'd also appreciate if you left me a like and a comment and maybe shared the video around with your friends. You can also follow me on all the usual social media sites. Just check out my website in the description below for more info. My videos are funded by my patrons, Ko-fi subscribers, and YouTube members, whose names you'll see scrolling by in these credits here. For just $1 a month, you too could find yourself here, trapped in my end screen for all eternity, among other benefits. In particular, I'd like to thank Jeremy Coatney, Frog Prince Michael, Fleakill, Haru Hayes, the Almighty Ferret Lord, Fire Mizumi, Beastman, Bryn, and Beelzis. A big thanks to all my patrons and to my little community as a whole. Remember to be kind to yourselves, be kind to others, and have a wonderful whatever time it is for you. Bye-bye!